One, two, three. Mail the video number. I can't remember the number anymore. So this one is like what we call as the impulse purchase because it relates to be one of the old special products of Wizards, and at the same time, I saw a reasonable price for it and decided to buy it and do this opening video, product opening, at the same time do some my collection of memories of this previous deck in standard. So you're going to know this one later as we open this card, this package. Thank you and Sergio Guevara for this purchase. The support that some old collectors would have these kinds of products that still exist in their collection, which I think that we should still be having this one as of the part of our own in our cabinets or also in our display case as well. So as you can see, if you're not already familiar yet with this deck, this is what we call as the Tarkir event decks. So such for short recall of these products, this has been prevalent during the start of I think that was for Sandikar. I forgot the right set that started this one, but for these is used to be the early versions of the challenger decks that we have today as per batch. But for this one, we only get, I think, at least one or two kinds of challenger decks per set. So for Dragons of Tarkir, we have this one. This is supposed to be landslide charge, so we call it is a Dragon Mardo colors. I'm not sure, but we call it the right deck right now. So jump the tournament with a powerful deck, give you a starting chance. Started legal event decks contain 60 cards from a variety of sets and goes to having a 15 card sideboard for ready to play for your FNMs. And the main strategy is Savage Clan to battle, Harsh Frontiers, War-Torn, Tarkir, and only the strongest will prevail. Send a pack of Mighty Hunters and Fierce Beasts to crush your enemies on the mountainside. So we have two copies because I'll have this one opened and the other one for my collection, for just having to study it out as our display soon. Probably just enough for just keep, and probably hopefully for ourselves they still have the value of this card. So we're going to take a look at what this contents has been, and prior to the purchase I decided to check on the list, so I'm pretty sure some of these cards would be really worth the value of this purchase, even if it's just simple pre-con deck that we can use for FNM. So old school Magic the Gathering logo, kind of missed this one. And then we have this Dragons of Tarkir, some deck box. We also have a dice, I think you can hear it, the dice. And this is the deck. Fortunately they have no sleeves, so we're just going to take a look at each of these cards and then do some price check in the current. So first we're going to go first with the dice on the left side. So this is still a three-sided dice design with the Dragons of Tarkir logo, as you can see. Very nice shiny purple. I think this could still become value wise for just a single sale of this dice. So anyway, we're going to look at the first deck list. Probably have a guide here. We have a monthly charts and a loose reference card. So much for the old school. This we're just going to set this aside and check on this list. So before we're just having the booklets, we have this large pamphlets that has been folded prior to this design. So those have noted the play style of playing the deck. As you can see, here's your guide We're playing three colors. The colors are Timur. So if you're familiar with this is the card that is called as the Thunderbreak Regent. So the deck list is found on the right side. As you can see, those are various sets. There's Elvis Mystics, yeah, the Wilds, also some Fanatic of Synagogues from Teros. And the rares would be the Knuckle Blade, Surak, Thunderbreak Regent, Polish Crusher, also Miscutter Hydra, along with some Outpost Siege and Creator's Claw, I think. Roast is uncommon, also Lightning Strike, and Temple of Abandon for the land. For the sideboard, we have some relevant card here, which is Rending Valley, which is quite the value now. Even for the uncommon, that costs around $4 to $5. So 2 copies. Some Distasteful Soak, Extended Eyes, Reclamation, Sage, also good of some Beastmaster, Act of Treason, Arc Lightning. So sideboard, description. So, and from the back is tournaments and events. But Magic, the formats, Thief Wars, Against World Event, blah blah blah. New to tournaments, you can register it, but now they probably changed this one already. Some contacts. So we're just going to set this aside also. And now we're going to go with the actual cards. I forgot to fold again. Oh, there you go. So, actual card for the main deck. We have some styling. Oh, we have a Shilva Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is also a rare for this one. So we're going to get this stuff on the side. Some old school slide it out. And then the here, then the up side, and then here. Okay, so first card is Yasuo Dragon Claw. So 2 cast with a Timur ability, legendary creature, human warrior. I used to play this one back also when we used to have standard in Tarkir, and also using this card, I think 2 to 3 copies. So this deck has 1 copy of this. The next we have Savage Knuckle Blade. I hope before that this was supposed to be a breakout card for the Timur, but unfortunately this was a disappointment in the deck. So we also have Surak. This was a staple card back in mono green, red green or some Timur. Surak the Hunt Caller because of the formidable ability. And then we also have Thunderbreak Regent, the namesake of the dragons. The dragons, if you're using Mardu dragons, then you're familiar with this one. In which, whenever dragon control becomes target of a spell or ability on opponent's control, Thunderbreak Legend is 3 damage to the player. At the same time, it becomes a 4/4 flying, in which also be a very big 4-drop and efficiency of this card. So 1 copy of this. We also have Outpost Siege. Again, this is the card advantage. For this deck, we have to choose scans or dragons. So if you choose scans, you will exile the top card available at your beginning or upkeep, and then you play that card. And if you're dragons, whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, this spell, this siege will deal damage to target creature or player. So 1 copy, and also Creator's Claws. This was my winning card back in the day in Grul Agro, in those cans of Tarkir, Teros standard. Because of the ferocious that you can get additional 2 damage if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. So basically a fireball with an extra damage effect. Now for the other creatures, utility creatures at this deck, we have Nails Mystic, so 4 copies. These are the cards. I think this is still having value now because of the pauper popularity of that format. Golden Hide, another ramp effect, then Herb the Wilds. This goes with whenever you attack, if you control a creature with power 4 greater, it becomes 3/3 until end of turn. So 4 copies of this. We also have Mogis Warhound, so ito to cast 2/2 that can be bestowed. So if you bestow this one, it becomes an aura spell that if the creature attachment to it leaves the battlefield or dies, it becomes a creature again. So The effect each creature gets super slow and attack each turn if able. So 2 copies. We also have this one is Fanatic of Senagos. This goes with a 2-drop of Air of the Wilds into Fanatic of Senagos because of the ability that when it enters the battlefield, you contribute for 1. If opponent may place a counter on it. So if you would not go with a tribute, it will gets +1/+1 and it becomes haste. So the opponent would go with the option of having to pay the tribute or not, but still, either way it goes to be aggressive on your turn 3, either become a permanent 4/4 or become a 4/4 with haste and trample until end of turn. So 4 copies of these, the way those are the relevant creature shield, and we have the spells. Wide Slash, so again, 2 damage that comes ferocious ability that can't be prevented. Starbound Denial, again, ferocious that counter that non-creature spell. If no creature, then you will only have this counter on display 1. Then Lightning Strike, this is again back in standard. Still good inclusion here. Then we have Roast. So this is another 2 to cast, 5 damage to creature with flying. So 2 copies. A copy of Arc Lightning also. So several spot removals with multiple targets. Then Timor Charm for the 2 copies. Also as this effects, fighting, and then counter target spell. Also creatures with power careless can block. So 2 copies of this, and then with the lands, you know it's basic. Evolving Wilds with a fixing Frontier Boviac. 4 copies for the Timor lands, and some basic forest, mountain, and Forbidden Island. Right, the Timber Baldon as the rare mana fix. So not really to fancy in the main. Also we have Bunsat here again. This is another rare bestow, which is also a staple in our red-green deck back in the day. And Polish Crusher mentioned in Miscutter Hydra. So Polish Crusher, it has a very field protection from enchantments, and Miscutter also that can be countered a good mana sink in the late game, and haste as protection from blue. Pretty much all the value here in this last 3 cards there for the rares. So I think overall the value for the main deck is already paid enough for that price that I got from JL. But still, we can also check the sideboard for what those uncommon as I mentioned. So let's have a divider here with some slide. So for the sideboard, last but not the least, so we wrap up this video, Surrounding Valley. So we have 2 copies of this uncommon, which was before pretty much generic, but maybe with the prevalence of the Pioneer format, it has become a very relevant card, sideboard card, because it can be countered for damage to creature, white or blue creature. So 2 copies of this. We also have additional Stubborn Denier Heal, Full Soap, which is again back in standard, encasing ice against red or green creature. 2 copies. Absent Beastmaster is for card draw. If you control a creature with the greatest toughness or type for the greatest toughness. So 2 copies of those. Reclamation Sage also for destroying artifact or enchantments. And Act of Treason for other large creatures that can be then controlled for additional damage. And last but not the least, additional Arc Lightning. Maybe for Winnie, for Mono Red, for White Winnie that can deal value with the 3 damage divided as among any number of 2, 3 or target creature and player. So that's basically it. The unboxing of the Dragons of Tarkir event deck. For value wise, I think I still got this one. Maybe I'll use some or sell some of these for our local Pioneer format that can use most of these cards, and also feature or maybe do some reconfiguration to adjust for the format that has upgrades for these cards. Like for example, you can change some of the Wild Slash into Play with Fire or some solid creatures instead of this just this bird spells at stake for this. So that's about it for this video. If you like this content, just click on the lower right corner for your subscribe and turn on notification bells for more MTG content. Thank you for watching, guys, and until the next time.